my name is Phil Beck, and you're the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new video drops. And it never rains, but it pours, and boy, is it pouring right now. Actually, it's literally pouring. Actually, well, no, it stopped. It's been raining for the last 48 hours, and bloody freezing here in Israel. So, although, good news, my a little bit of good news. My son, who's home from the army, he's an officer, and he's got to do this, like, officer assault course thing twice a year? And he showed me the video of it. It looked awful. It looked like, okay, it's basically what they do on Survivor, and at the end of it, they make a puzzle. Okay, so that's really what it is. But because it's been raining so much, he had to do like a lot of like running over beaches and stuff. They cancelled it for today, so thank God. I'm really glad he's got the day off. Poor sod. It seemed freaking awesome, but it doesn't. Yeah, it never rains when it pours. I got a gazillion billion videos to make. I got to make this video. This is about Star Trek Picard. I haven't got to what I'm talking about. That's how much I got to talk about. I got this video about Star Trek Picard to make. The next one I'm going to do is about Doctor Who and Rotten Tomatoes. Just started watching Lock and Key. Got the first review of that. Really good. I really recommend it. I really enjoyed it. Then I got to do a review of Star Trek of Gods and Men. You know why I got to do a review of Star Trek of Gods and Men? Because I needed some kind of Star Trek-y palate cleanser after watching episode 3 of Picard. And it's worth talking about. Then I got to talk about Big Finish audio release Purgatory 12. And then one more video, Lost in Space, episode 7. Plus I got the third League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I'm not getting into that today. That's not happening. Okay, Lost in Space isn't happening. Big Finish probably isn't happening. Maybe the other 4. Let's see if I can plough through them. Fine, let's talk about Picard. Oh, if you like Doctor Who, by the way, and you're going to be around tonight, the TardisZone at about 9 o'clock UK time. So what's that? Eastern Standard Time, that's what? 3 in the afternoon. We're going to be doing a review of this week's Doctor Who. Plus, you can win this DVD set, E-Space Trilogy, fantastic trilogy box set. 3 stories, Full Circle, State of Decay, and Warrior's Gate, starring Tom Baker and Lalla Ward, as their marriage was imploding, literally imploding in front of the camera. So it's kind of fun. All you got to do to win it is you leave the hashtag, what was it? Marshmen. And if you don't win, don't worry, we're doing another giveaway. We'll announce it tonight. I'm not sure, maybe the complete David Tennant second season, the Martha season. I got that to give away. I got other stuff. Maybe we're probably doing that time. Anyway, you want to win those? Just tune in and leave the hashtag. Oh, and subscribe to the channel. Yes, that's an important thing. I'm 2 minutes 44 in, and I haven't even said like, share, and subscribe. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, fan dabby double dozy. Okay, let's talk about Picard. I was really upset by the latest episode of Picard. I actually feel kind of glad that I was upset, because it means I still, have some feeling left in my heart for Star Trek after being stomped on, relentlessly. So this one, I was trying to work out what I really hated about it. Now, there was a lot of things I really hated about the third episode. There's some of the basic stupidity that's been going on all the time, but now we got more into the whole political situation that they're talking about. I think that's the core of it. But okay, Star Trek, part of its DNA is social commentary. Is I would say political social commentary. I mean, we all remember the episode of the original series where you had Frank Gorshin, the Riddler, who was white on one side and black on the other side of his face, and it was the other way around. And basically it was like talking about the stupidity of racism. Just fantastic allegories. And, Star Trek does have a history, even when they get it wrong. In Deep Space Nine, the Cardassians were supposed to be the Israelis, and the Bajorans were supposed to be the Palestinians. Yeah, no, not so much. That was a bit of a bad allegory. But again, if you're going to be Israeli, I'm kind of glad he got David Warner to represent us. But again, it was just kind of a stupid. But even so, they still made entertaining TV shows, even though I fundamentally disagreed with it. Or like the Klingons were supposed to be the Russians, the Romulans were supposed to be the Japanese. These are all allegories. So it's really part of Star Trek's DNA. So what happens if you live in the world today where people are genuinely deluded to the point of insanity, deluded to the point of embracing the racism that they feel they're rejecting by holding closer to their delusion? And what happens is we get Star Trek Picard. I mean, we got Star Trek Discovery, which did that to a great extent. But Picard's worse because Discovery was just so stupid. Which, it's easy to go stupid and it breaks canon and it's like, it's easy to disregard. Star Trek Picard is much harder to disregard, even though I think by the end of it, well, I probably will be. It was so not Star Trek for me. So the thing that was not Star Trek for me is the depiction of the Federation of Federation life. But more specifically, what it's actually talking about, which is just, I think, vile and reprehensible. Fine. So the backstory is that there was this synthetic attack. The androids attacked Mars, and it's still burning to say 15 years later, 14 years later, I believe. So I believe that's an allegory to 9/11. So what I think they're trying to say is this: that 9/11 fundamentally changed America in that it allowed. There were two groups. There were basically three groups in America. There was the racists, who was like a lot of them, just a lot of them. Honestly, guys, I've never met a real racist. I've never met somebody who goes, "Oh, black people," blah! Like, why? Now listen, I do think there are cultural differences and the ethnicities do tend to pull together, but that's nothing to do. To me, racism is saying somebody is intrinsically less because of their skin color, for example. Like Django Unchained. You saw Django Unchained. They had Leonardo DiCaprio had this really chilling scene where he goes into the science of why black people are inferior to white people, and it was vile, and it's supposed to make you like it's supposed to make you rich. That to me is racism. Saying our society, say the segments of our society that's trapped in poverty. I don't think that's an expression of racism. I think there are real genuine efforts to get those segments of society out of poverty because the American dream is this, that anybody can succeed at anything if you put the work in. And I think that's a fantastic dream that I don't think any other country really had before America. I think that was what America brought to the world, which I think, and it's affected the rest of the world. And it's a wonderful idea. It's a wonderful idea that didn't exist before them. That's something we're taking for granted. So, I really hate denigrating America. You can hear I'm not American, okay? But I really hate denigrating Americans. I feel it's been... Okay, Americans, you're kind of crass and stupid. Americans are kind of like the Muppets sometimes. Game shows, and English people look at you with a little bit of disdain. Ooh, yeah, how common. It's like, I get it. But I like America. I'm married to American. I like America. America, I think, was one of the nicest places I lived. I lived in Florida. I lived in Boston. The people there, I was going to say the people in America are great, but that's just stupid. People are great everywhere. That's really the truth. I've traveled all around the world, and I've been to lots of different cultures, and people are genuinely good. Generally and genuinely good. People want to be good. Even places that have a markedly different culture than us. Like if you go to any of the Middle East, the Arab Middle East countries, where they have real cultural differences. Like there is no pluralism, and even the most moderate of Arab countries, like Egypt, which I've been to Egypt more than once, and Jordan, nice place there, nice place. In the end, there's a real culture. There's no pluralism. It's women are not treated the same as men. It's a great game. You certainly can't be gay. I think is it legal? I'm not sure it's legal, but it's just so socially unacceptable. But still, people are people. People are good. I live in a place called Samaria. The Shomron. And honestly, I interact with a lot of Palestinians every day. Yeah, Palestinians and Jews in Israel are a very blended. It's not like how they show how they portray it in the media. We are a very blended country. The idea that we're at each other's throats is really crazy. But again, and the reason that idea is crazy is because people are people. People are genuinely good. So that's my premise that I'm working for, regardless of the culture. So again, Star Trek Picard is based on this idea that America was completely corrupted by 9/11. That corruption has reached its fulfillment now. with the current occupant of the White House, who I will not name because I don't want to get in trouble. But and it's, yeah, so the idea was that the 9/11 created hatred towards Muslim countries. I would say Islam and Muslim countries, which it really could have done, but I think to America's credit, it really didn't. Again, which is why I think America is a really fantastic benefit to the world. I really don't think the people did that. And I don't think people did turn against Muslims in America. In the wake of that. But I think that's what the writers did feel. They feel that the racists who were like taking control of America were then became the most powerful group, and you had like a bunch of people who were just too scared to keep quiet. Too scared to protest the racists being racist. And this is the world that Picard's set in. Picard is set in the world where there was this synthetic attack which brought the racist out and made racist ideas socially acceptable, and everybody else was just too scared to fight the racists, and so the Federation became an intrinsically racist society. So what's really obnoxious about, of evil, I think, about this is it's pulling from a racist conspiracy, a deeply racist conspiracy theory, which I've heard oftentimes, that 9/11 was orchestrated by Mossad, by Israel and by Mossad, to turn the world against their neighboring Muslim countries, who they did not have peace with. No, that's kind of crazy. And there's I've heard some real bonkers stuff supporting this. Like there's this it happened in September. It's the run up to the Jewish New Year, and there's these extra prayers one does in the morning services called slichot. Slichot means saying sorry. So you say sorry a lot. Yeah, a lot of Judaism is saying sorry a lot. That's why. If you're not a guilt-ridden person, Judaism might not be for you. But because of that, a lot of people who worked in the World Trade Center were 15, 20 minutes, half an hour late getting to work. They got on 9:30, and because of that, they missed 9/11. It's kind of similar in the Middle Ages, that Jews generally didn't get the Black Death because it's part of Jewish tradition that you wash your hands before you have a meal. So because of that, we just happened not to get killed by the Black. But they said the Jews had spread the Black Death because we weren't affected by it. So that is the conspiracy theory that I think Picard is really riffing on, and it's vile. It's really vile. I think it's horribly beneath Star Trek, which has always been such a fantastic beacon of optimism and hope and belief in ourselves as a culture and as a species. And I think that's what Picard and obviously Discovery lacked. It lacks this belief in in the goodness of the Western world. It lacks this belief in the goodness of people. And it's so sad. I just find it very, very, very sad. It's not something I'm happy about at all. What do you think, though? Because this is kind of a controversial opinion, I would say. This was... I can see people who are really like Picard, and I put a post that wasn't so... I put a comment on a post in a Star Trek group on Facebook saying, "Well, I really hated this episode," and boy, did people not like that. So now I've gone into this in more detail. I think they're going to be like spitting mad. But honestly, if you're somebody who was okay with this, or you liked it, let me know. And there's no need for us to fight. I keep saying this all my videos. There's no need for us to fight. We can disagree, and it's good and it's fine to disagree. But if you want to come on a live screen with me and have a debate but I think just have our love of Star Trek be the thing that unites us, because we both all love Star Trek, and why do we love Star Trek? Because it's freaking awesome. It's wonderful. It's given me entertainment and uplifted me my entire life. And I'm just really sad that this latest iteration of it has missed what I think is such a core part of its DNA. And they missed it by trying to do that core part of the DNA. They just did it based on delusion, which, again, sad. So, again, let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget the hashtag Marshman. if you want to win those DVDs. And again, please, honestly, let me know what you think. My name is Sheila Beckin, the Rabbi from Another Planet. Please like, share, subscribe. I just said that, but I'm saying it again because you can't say it too often. And have yourself a fantastic day.